I'm Jenna Middaugh. Coming up on 11 News at noon, it was 1 year ago today when the first case of COVID-19 was announced here in Colorado. How the state is honoring the thousands of victims. But first, we have an 11 breaking news alert. One southern Colorado county has voted to lift all COVID-19 restrictions effective immediately. What the state health department is saying in response. And let's take a live look outside. We've got a beautiful next few days ahead of us. Meteorologist Luke Victor has your weekend forecast. Join us at noon.
This is KKTV 11 News at noon.
Breaking news. A county in southern Colorado has decided to lift all COVID restrictions, but the state says it can't do that. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us. I'm Jenna Middaugh. We start with that 11 breaking news alert. The Custer County Board of Health voted this week to lift all COVID-19 restrictions effective immediately. The board claims its decision complies with state guidance, but when we reached out to the state health department, they told us, quote, Custer County does not have the authority to lift its own restrictions. We expect all counties to abide by all executive and public health orders. We've reached back out to Custer County for comment. We'll let you know when we get a response. We have an update to an 11 breaking news alert we've been following all morning. Our crew caught a man being arrested in Fountain on camera. This happened in the area where police were looking for a suspect accused of stealing a car. Fountain police have not confirmed yet if this is the man they were looking for. This all started around 6 this morning when police say two people stole a car on the southern end of Colorado Springs. That car was reportedly left running in a driveway when the thieves took it. Police say the suspects then stole another car. During all of this, one of the suspects crashed into a police cruiser. That officer was taken to the hospital but is expected to be okay. Police say they are still looking for a second person of interest in a stolen car. Okay, time now for your No Wait weather with meteorologist Luke Victor. Luke, it's shaping up to be a pretty nice weekend.
Yeah.
All right, we'll check in soon. Thank you, Luke. We have another 11 breaking news alert we want to get to now. The judge overseeing the murder trial against Mark Redwine declared another mistrial today. That's according to our sister station in Denver. Redwine is accused of killing his 13-year-old son Dylan in 2012. During today's court appearance, the judge said COVID metrics in La Plata County have not changed enough to ensure a fair trial. We have an 11 breaking news update now. Denver police say this man, Emmanuel Chandler, turned himself in last night. He's a suspect in the murder of Roxanne Martinez. She was found dead in southeast Denver last week. She was supposed to testify in the murder case against Dante Lucas in Pueblo County. Lucas is on trial for the disappearance of his pregnant girlfriend, Kelsey Schelling. Denver police say Martinez's death appears to be domestic violence and not related to the Lucas trial. We have an update to a story we brought to you as breaking news yesterday. The El Paso County Sheriff's Office says a man is dead after a standoff that lasted most of the day. Deputies say they responded to a domestic violence call around 7:30 yesterday morning at a home in Security Widefield. They say other people being held in the house were eventually able to escape safely. The Sheriff's Office says they tried to bring the suspect out peacefully but found him dead when they finally got into the home. If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, you can call the number you see there on your screen. Today marks 1 year since state officials announced the first confirmed COVID-19 case in Colorado. As part of the anniversary, Governor Polis says there will be events to remember the 6,000 Coloradans who have died. One way you can take part is to turn building lights magenta. That's the color of universal love, compassion, and kindness. Police and fire departments will turn on lights for 1 minute at 6 o'clock this evening. There will also be a remembrance ceremony at 6:30, during which the governor will address the state of the pandemic. As part of the day, World War II era aircraft will fly over the state capitol, and that will happen at 4:30. Right now, if you're 70 or older or you know someone who is, you can call the El Paso County Health Department to set up a vaccine appointment. The county opened a call center to help seniors schedule appointments. It's only open until 4 this afternoon. You can call that number you see there on your screen at 719-374-8313. We also have that number on our website. Appointments will be scheduled for sometime next week. Developing now, Southern Colorado police say a man reported his truck stolen after he allegedly crashed it while driving drunk. Here are pictures of that damage. Pueblo police say the driver got the truck stuck between two large rocks. Someone who saw the crash told officers two men in hoodies ran away after throwing stuff out of the pickup. Police say they then got a call from the owner who reported the truck stolen, but later admitted he was driving when it crashed. He's now in custody on suspicion of DUI. A local car dealership put a stop to a string of alleged car thefts. The dealership helped catch 29-year-old Kyle Doherty. He was already wanted on several felony warrants before police say he showed up to a local Porsche dealership in a stolen car. Colorado Springs police say Doherty used fraudulent means to steal several luxury cars, totaling more than $1 million. The staff at that Porsche dealership had been tipped off by another dealership that had had a car stolen, so they stalled the suspect until police arrived.
He had come in the day before.
Court records show Doherty is facing charges in 4 different counties. They're all in connection to ID and car thefts. Right now, a vehicle that responds to some of the biggest emergencies in Colorado Springs is back in operation. CSFD is adding the full-time hazardous materials unit to Station 14 near Dublin and Academy. In 2009, the unit lost full-time staff due to city budget cuts, but now fire crews say the mayor has added 8 full-time firefighters for the unit. The U.S. is getting closer to approving another round of stimulus. Coming up on 11 News at noon, what has to happen before you get another check? Plus, later in the show, volunteering has boomed across the country. The surprising health benefits that come with lending a hand. The Senate is moving closer to voting on President Biden's coronavirus relief package dubbed the American Rescue Plan. Natalie Brand has more details from Capitol Hill.
Senators return Friday morning.
President Biden continues to push for public support for the American Rescue Plan. He's scheduled to hold a roundtable discussion on the plan this afternoon. This is developing now. Tech company IBM and Moderna are joining forces in the race to vaccinate people quickly. The two are looking to use artificial intelligence and blockchain to help improve vaccine distribution. Right now, those companies are just exploring how technology can help with the vaccination process. Let's check in with Luke.
We're going to be seeing a gorgeous weekend on tap.
Oh, I am so looking forward to that. Thank you, Luke. Americans are going back to work as the economy starts to rev up after a year of the pandemic. Naomi Rackham reports. Developing now, Americans who bought new homes or refinanced their mortgages over the past few months may have done it at a really good time. The average rate on a 30-year fixed rate mortgage rose to 3%. That's the first increase since July. Rates remain near historic lows as the economy strains toward recovery during the pandemic. Lawmakers want semis to be safer. Coming up on 11 News at noon, details on the bill reintroduced this week that would help prevent serious crashes with semis. Some of the most serious crashes on the road happen when a car collides with a semi-trailer. A group of lawmakers is hoping to pass legislation they believe can prevent some of those crashes. Chris Van Cleve reports. Developing now, rising unemployment and hunger in the U.S. have put a strain on many Americans, but it's also had an unexpected side effect. A new spirit of volunteerism is growing across the country. One lifelong volunteeree is teaching her young children the importance of giving back. The family has donated school supplies to children and blankets to the homeless.
And being kind.
Well, they've got the right idea. One volunteer organization in New York says its numbers have doubled in the last year, and giving back is actually good for your health. Research shows volunteering can help people stay physically and mentally active. It can also decrease depression, stress levels, and even help you live longer. We'll be right back. Looking ahead, Best Buy and Apple are teaming up in a move that could significantly improve the lives and safety of older adults. Best Buy Health already offers a wide range of services for older Americans, including help with medical emergencies and even car trouble. But now, through its app Lively, users can access those services on their Apple Watch. The watch will help seniors who need to call for immediate help, talk to a doctor, or who are lost. It can also alert family members in emergency situations, and developing technology will be able to alert live agents if the watch detects a hard fall. Happening now, Pope Francis is in Iraq to urge the country's dwindling number of Christians to help rebuild the country after years of war. The Iraqi foreign minister said Iraqis were eager to welcome Francis's message of peace and tolerance and described the visit as a historic meeting. The visit comes as Iraq is seeing a new spike in coronavirus infections, with most new cases traced to the highly contagious variant first identified in the UK. The 84-year-old Pope and the people traveling with him have been vaccinated. A Dutch inventor is now testing a possible new way to screen for coronavirus infections that involves screaming in an airlocked cabin. Here's how it works. A person steps into the booth and an industrial-grade air purifier turns on, creating a whirlwind inside the booth. Then the person begins to scream, yell, or sing.
If you are spreading.
Makes sense. Now, before the testee steps out, the air is cleaned to avoid spreading the virus. The inventor says he sees this device as a screening tool outside of concerts, schools, or offices. Well, thank you so much for joining us here for 11 News at Noon. We hope you have a good weekend.